Hi everyone, and welcome to Monday Night Stamping. This is a place where we can come together to chat, to connect, and to create some fun things together. So welcome. My name is Lillian from Stamper's Niche, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you from sunny and warm Alberta, Canada. We are in a heat wave here, so I'm hearing that many parts of North America are. So let us know if you're feeling a little warm tonight where you are. So those of you joining from the South Pacific, I know it's a little cooler there, so because it's your winter. But let us know what it's like where you are. Today's date is Monday, July 8th, 2024, and here's a good question. How do you stay cool, or how do you stay comfortable when there's a heat wave? So let us know in the comments. What are some of the things that you do during a heat wave? Here in Alberta, a heat wave doesn't happen too often. So we maybe can learn a few things from some of you from warmer climates, but we will take all suggestions. I know one of the things is that we try to keep the sun from shining directly into our house, so the curtains are drawn when the sun's hitting a certain area of the house. And we're pretty fortunate in that our house is shaded by trees, so our house stays pretty comfortable. We're able to get the temperature to go down at night, and it's not too bad at all. We don't have air conditioning. I know some of you do, so that's very fortunate. Colorado, drink lots of iced tea. Oh, there's a good one. Yes, that sounds perfect to me. Those cold beverages taste extra good. Our daughter and family are camping this week, and so they are at least somewhere where they can go swimming, so that's good. So let us know how you keep yourself comfortable, or your house comfortable, or where you live during this warm snap. Another thing, if you really are desperate, the grocery store is always extra cold, right? So while you're writing that in, I'm just going to remind you of some things. Last week, some brand new online exclusives dropped. We're going to play with some of them tonight. We did last week too. That's worth checking out. So if you go to my online store or my website and click shop now, you can see the online exclusives, and there's some really neat stuff. Not just for one particular season, but for different seasons. The other thing to remember is that during the month of July, it's bonus days. So bonus days means you can earn bonus coupons. For every $60 Canadian that you spend, you can earn bonus coupons, a $6 one, to use in August. So it's a win-win. So just a heads up in case you're putting an order in and it's near $60. If it's 120, in other words, $60 times 2, you get 2 coupons, and so on. Just keep going that way. So we are going to play tonight with the Golden Greenery Bundle, and quite a bit of the suite. And I just wanted to remind you that my Use Your Stash class, Use Your Stash One Sheet Wonder class to go, that I've talked about before, you can earn it for free with a $60 order. So not only can you earn a $6 coupon, you can earn this class for free. You can earn the PDF, not the materials, but the PDF, because this is designed so that you can use your own materials. The samples I make during the class are made with the Golden Greenery, but I also show you some made with the country lace and that kind of thing. So these cards in that class can be made with whatever you have in your stash. So let's take a look at the Golden Greenery Bundle. So here's the stamp set, and I have to admit, I'm getting glare. I looked at the stamp set and thought, I really don't need it. And guess what's in my hands, folks? Obviously, I did need it. I ordered the vellum paper, but not the designer paper. And then I don't know what and I ordered the embellishments, and then I had to go back and order some of these things. So this Golden Greenery Bundle is really neat in that it's two-step. So you can stamp, for example, you can stamp this bell in a lighter color and then do this over top and you have the definition. The same with this, the pine bough. You can stamp it in a lighter color and then put this over top. And the same with these two things and these two and these two. And so I thought, well, I want to figure out how that actually works. And I thought maybe you did too. I don't know. So I took Mossy Meadow, stamped it off once. So this is a second impression here. And I added this, and then it looks like this. Now, I've seen people do it with white, so it looks like snow, but can you see the definition you get? So I used the same color ink, but I used a second impression here, full strength here, and when I combine them, this is what it looks like. Same with this. Second impression of Petunia Pop, and then I added this. Here I accidentally stamped this off, so I've got two here. But this is when you stamp the second one over top. You've got the paler details stems, and then that. Same thing here. You stamp this, and then you stamp this over top in full strength, and you get this. Same with the bells. You've got the two different sizes here. You can even do the same with the cranberries if you want, or you can leave your berries open or whatever, but that's how those work. So I took a little time to play just so I would get comfortable. Then the dies. The dies are mega in that it takes 2 sheets. So these ones here are standalone. They do not coordinate with any stamped images, nor does this. But the rest of these cut out the stamped images. So you can see that this would cut out this. This one here would cut out that. This one here. And you can even do the berries. I think that's a bit bothersome for me. And they had extra metals, so they gave us some extra berries here. So let me just show you my Get Acquainted sheet. So here we go here. So here are the stand-alone ones here. These look like hearts to me. I think they've got potential for Valentine's Day or wedding or something like that. And then these are these. I did it with the stamped image and without, because I think you could even use these on their own sometimes. So that's why I did that, to remind me. I did one bell each in just the outline, but in metallic, the textured metallic, and then these are the stamped, and then we've got the berries. So you can see that this bundle does tons. One of the reasons I chose some different colors here was I don't think it's just a Christmas set. And today we are not going to be using it as a Christmas one. We're going to be making something a little bit different. These are the embellishments that come with it. That you can order that coordinate. So there's the red, and then there's the clear. So you could obviously color these whatever color you want. And they have these little groupings too, which I think are really neat. Those are called Cherry Cobbler and Pearl Adhesive Backed Berries. Again, you can only find these online. Now, some of you think, well, because I can only find it online, can I only get it online? No, you're welcome to order it online, but you can contact me for getting it as well. Also part of the suite is this gorgeous, gorgeous paper. It is called the Season of Green and Gold Specialty Paper. So one side has gold worked into it. So I don't know if you can see the glimmer. Oh, there, we can see a little bit there. See the glimmer in that paper? So there's that. And then on the back side, it doesn't have the gold, which I absolutely love this side as well. So there's this, and I'm going to come back to some of these because, as you've likely guessed, the dies do cut out these here. And then this is on the back. This looks gorgeous if you put a little trim down something. Oh, love it, love it, love it. Again, the dies will cut out these images, but this is the side that has all the gold and the shine. And then we've got our gingham or plaid. So just like that. Then this one here, to me, it almost screams a 50th anniversary card or something like that. And then on this side, I just love how textured this looks. It just so pretty. And then we've got this that just is an overall gold design like that. And then on this side, it's likely supposed to be mistletoe, but I've been using it for everything under the sun. And then there's this that's gold. Let me see. Can you see the gold in there? And then on this side is this. And this we're going to use tonight. So, and yes, we're using this side, not the gold side. That's pretty hard to do that, but sometimes I just do it. So the coordinating colors is Garden Green, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Pecan Pie, and Very Vanilla. These are the suggested coordinating colors. Now there's metallic in there, so I think the gold foil would also coordinate beautifully. We also have the textured metallic specialty paper, so it's textured, and there's gold there, which will work beautifully as well. So are those the only colors that will go with it? Oh no, you can use lots of different colors, but there's that's what's suggested. Those are the main ones that they used. The other thing that they have with this suite is, I'm just going to get it out here, is some vellum paper. It's called Graceful Greenery. And so this is vellum, and it's a little bit heavier weight than vellum we've had in the past. So you've got your clear, you've got the design, and again, the dies will cut this out. So you get 2 sheets of the pine boughs. You get 2 sheets of, it's more like a frosted white, like that. And then 2 sheets of this. And again, the dies will cut those images out. So there's tons. There's also a gorgeous, gorgeous satin ribbon, which somehow, again, I forgot to order. So I will have to show that at another time. Now there also is, that sort of coordinates with it, is the Greetings of the Season stamp set and the dies. And you've seen me use these a little bit in the past. And then coordinating with this as well is the everyday greetings, because they mix and match and go together so beautifully. So you could just go a little crazy, but you could also just get what you want. So let me show you the inspiration for tonight's card. So I was playing with the paper and wanting to use the leaves that we did last week, changing leaves, that's it. So I came up with this, but used this paper. So obviously the paper can be used with other things. So I really liked that layout. And then I saw a video, and you know how I want it all, Maggie? Yes, I do too. And you can tell I'm gradually getting it all. I was trying to be good, but gradually I'm getting it all. I forgot, I've lost my little ticket that I always put as to who I got the idea for this fold from. So if anybody knows, number one, what the fold is called, or where you've seen somebody demonstrate it, let me know and I'll give them credit. So this is just a regular card front, and this gorgeous paper. So we've got the specialty paper there, but when you open it up, it opens like this. Let me just do that again. So it looks like just a regular card, but when you open it up, we'll look at it from this way. See how this part bends back? And then you've got it like that. And this is the inside. So will it stand up? Most definitely it will stand up. So I took this fold and this idea and came up with a card that I'm going to make with you tonight. So here's the card using a lot of the things I've just shown you. I used this die here from the Greetings of the Season to cut my opening. I've got some of the leaves, and the thank you comes from the Everyday Greetings. So we've got this basic layout. Now, this is in very vanilla. Tonight, I am going to do it in basic white, just so you can see that whites will work with this paper. And I'm going to use a different opening. So, but it's just so much fun to open. I have to let you see it here. So you open like that. I just use scrap paper to decorate the inside. So there's how this is the inspiration for the card tonight. And this fold reminds me of a fold I did with you, about 3 months ago with the flowering zinnias, and I've given the card away. But remember when I did the fold where when you open it, you fold this back and it goes like this? It's very, very similar. So it reminded me of that. But we're going to, well, let's just get started. Quit the chit-chat, Lillian. Right, okay, let's start with the card base. What you're going to start with is a card base that is 5.5 by 7.5. And then you're going to score it. And these scores are maybe not what you're used to. You're going to score it at 3.25 and 6.5. So 3.25 and 6.5. This is going to form the card base. Now in this one here, I used a colored card base. I went with basic white. I thought the designer paper popped a little bit more with the basic white, but I could have used any of the greens or whatever. Now I'm going to fold the 3.5 piece in, and you'll notice this fold is here. So basically that's in half. I'm going to burnish that fold like that. Now this piece that's hanging over, I'm going to fold it back like that. And I'm going to open it and I'm going to fold it the other way. I want that piece to be able to fold easily. And then I'm going to straighten it out. So this is what the card front is going to look like. It's got this little flappy thing here, and then it's got this. So right now what it's measuring is 4.25 by 5.5, but it looks a little weird, doesn't it? But that's going to be our card base. So we'll put that to the side and we'll bring in some of the pieces. So let me just... So we've got this white piece here, and I used a different shape. So this is 3.75 by 5. I used a different shape just to show you that you can use different shapes. And this I'm going to save to use on another card. So I've got that. And then this paper is going to go behind here. Now, here's your first choice. Do I pair it up with Mossy Meadow, so the dark green, or Old Olive? Remember, it's going on a basic white base. Maybe I should bring that in. So here would be Old Olive, and here is the Mossy Meadow. So which color should I use as that secondary? Mossy Meadow is the first I saw, so Mossy Meadow it will be. Excellent. Okay, so now we are going to, before we do anything, stamp our words down here. Oh, I'm seeing it's a divided crowd. Some want Old Olive, some want Mossy Meadow. We'll go with Mossy Meadow tonight, but you can see that Old Olive would definitely work too. I'm going to stamp first before I do anything else. And the hello is coming from, hello is coming from Everyday Greetings. Remember, these two go together, so I pull things from both and put them together. It just really multiplies the potential and the possibilities. So I'm bringing my Mossy Meadow ink and stamp the hello. Hello, woo, I really got lots of ink on that. I love that these stamps have script and then they have block letters too. So we're going to enjoy both of those. I'm going to close this up. At one point today, I had an open Mossy Meadow on a very crowded desk and it flipped and I had Mossy Meadow everywhere. So that was just a little fun in my craft room today. So we're going to bring in the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine now and do a little embossing just to add some interest. So here is your question. Which embossing folder should I use? Should I use Dashing Designs or the Fern? So you can just put Dashing or Fern. Which one should I use to emboss this? And remember, this is what is going to be here. So Dashing or Fern. I see Fern popping up. Okay, Fern it is. That works because we did Dashing on the last one. It gives a little variety. Whoops. Leave the paper in the embossing folder, Lillian. So this is a 3D one. We're going to go right down to platform 1, put the fold going in first, like that, and then use specialty plate 4. There we go. We're going to put that through. Move that out of the way. And we have got it like that. Isn't that pretty? Ooh, love it. Love, love, love it. All right, so our next step now is to attach these two, and I want dimensionals in between. So to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put dimensionals around this opening. So I'll put a couple of the big ones. And then I'm going to bring in some minis, just because they go in those little spaces. And the minis actually, because they're mini, they're a little bit cheaper and you can use a whole lot more, all right? And I'm going to be generous because I don't want this to be saggy. And we'll take off those backings. Okay, maybe we'll take off those backings. How many of you use your fingernails to take off the backings, or do you use tweezers or take your pick tool or something like that? How do you remove your backings? Your dimensional backings, that is. So now I'm going to bring in my silicone mat and I'm going to position my paper. I don't think there's a right or wrong way, so I'll go like that. I'm going to, now my dimensionals are here, I'm flipping it over like this, and now I can hold it over the paper, and when I'm happy, just press it down, and it doesn't matter if it's straight or crooked on the back. That was not too bad. And you'll notice some of the dimensionals are sticking out over the edge, and some aren't. That's okay. What I'm going to do now is bring in the rest of the dimensionals, and just add a few more here. This is already elevated, so I don't need to add any dimensionals there. I'll add a bit of glue, perhaps. And I think that looks pretty good, so put some adhesive here, just a little bit. And we're going to put that on the 4 by 5 1/4 piece of Mossy Meadow. So basically all we're doing right now is building our card front. just like that. There. Now, I took the liberty of cutting out a few things. So we could use here, so be ready with your fingers. We could use the vellum and have it come like that. We could use the white. Yeah, that I think needs to be this one. I think the white. So vellum, white, gold. Okay, you can see here I was having a cutting out a good time. Or green. I think the green gets lost. Let's limit it to vellum, white, or gold. Which should we use? Vellum, white, or gold? Vellum. Okay, vellum it is. There we go. So this vellum is kind of, like I said, frosty. It has a bit of little tiny flecks of the white in it. Well, I guess another option would have been, it might be a bit busy. I'm experimenting here with you. If we did both, you could do both. But we'll stick with the vellum because I asked your opinion on that, and we'll go with it. So now, because it's vellum, it's a little bit tougher to stick down. I am going to put glue on this stem, and I think I'll put a little bit of glue here because then I can put an embellishment on it. So let's see how we go. See if we can get enough stuff on here to hold everything in place. So we'll put a little bit of adhesive here. And where did I say I wanted that one? I think I'll put it up here. Little bit there. So vellum is extremely light, so you don't need a whole lot of adhesive. There we go. There, I've only got it held down in those two spots, but I think it's going to be just fine. Now we need a little, well, we won't, let's hold off now, and we will do the finishing touches later. So here is our card base again with this foldy flap, the narrow foldy flap on this side here. So we're going to close this up, and we're going to stick this to here, and you'll see it's going to look just like a card front. So it's just 1/4 of an inch smaller. Doesn't that look nice? Ooh, I like it. So let's get some adhesive on that. We're going to put some adhesive on the very edge here. And then on here, I'm going to not take it top to bottom, but leave some space top and bottom and do like that. Then get this all centered. Give it a good push down and hold it down for a second. And while it's setting up, we're going to do something on this flap here that opens up. And I've got a few pieces here that I think we can play with. Whoops, that's not quite set. This is the time we're going to embellish the front and let that just harden up a little bit. So we need a little bit of twine or something there. So we have linen thread, or maybe the white. I think the white might just be a little more subtle. We're staying clear of the gold on this card, which you definitely don't have to, but it's showing that you can make this card without having any gold. If you wanted this to be a Christmas card, it would be so easy to put Merry or some other greeting there. You could also even have a greeting coming here and then add some of those holly berries, and it would just pop. So you can see that you can take this both directions. This is sort of the stamp for all seasons. We're going to put a glue dot on that. Now the glue dot is bigger. I always like to hang on to my tails, get them in the right spot. The glue dot is bigger, so once I get it stuck, I'm going to ease it in a bit. Whew. Well, I mangled that one. I will deal with that later. We're going to tie a second bow. Here we go. There. That will work just fine. We'll pick up that glue dot and take it off a little more carefully and fasten it there. For some reason I got my bow wonky, but that'll be good. Now we're going to add embellishments, and we have a couple of choices. Where did they go? We could have gone with this and it would look lovely. You can see that it would just add some color, but I just got some new embellishments. They're in the annual catalog and I think they're going to be excellent. So these are called adhesive back textured dots, and they are metallic, but they almost have a greeny tinge to them. Do you see where I'm going with this? So do any of you have these? What are they again? Adhesive backed textured dots. So I'm going to, where did I put that glue? There. Okay. Actually, the glue's not showing, so I don't really have to worry, but I will do that like that. And we'll bring in one more. And this seems to be, I think I will put it so it's touching the vellum and the background. No, I don't like it there. Sorry. It was a good idea while it lasted. It was in too straight a line for me. There, we're going to put you there. There we go. So there is it's helping to hold the vellum in place as well. So there we go. We've got that done. Now let's decorate the inside and we're all done. So I was playing around. Always dangerous, I know. And this die set has this shape as well. And you notice on this card, what I did was I ran a piece of the designer paper down there. And I thought, well, what if I cut some designer paper with that arrow die, and we could go like this, and we could bring in this and stamp on that and have that on this little panel, or we could even layer it up a little bit more like that. So what do you think? Is this overkill, or should I include the Mossy Meadow oval or not? What do you think? Include the Mossy Meadow oval or not? Say, I guess yes or no would be the question. Yes or no. And I think we'll run that through the embossing folder too. You like the layers, Maggie? Okay, we'll go with that. We're going to include this, and I am going to actually run it through the fern embossing folder to give it a little more interest. I should have done that when it was here before, but it's right handy. Sometimes I just get a few too many ideas going, right? So we've got this, we're going to go like that. This is going to go here, and what we're going to put on there is the word friend. So now we have friend in two ways. We have the block letters and we have friend in the script. So do you think it should be script letters or block letters? Which do you think? Script or... You love this card, Aline? Oh, I'm so glad. I was really pleased with how it turned out. We've been away for a few days, and this was my first effort getting back to stamping. Script. Okay, we're going to do script. Okay, I think I'm going to get a bit of twine. I have found with this card you can put a little bit of ribbon embellishment or something on the inside if you want. So we're going to layer these holes up. I love that these dies make the holes and everything. In my class, my One Sheet Wonder class, I show you how to camouflage the holes if you don't want them. So that's another little trick. Okay, there we go. We're going to trim those ends when we're done, but what we're going to do right now is glue this long one down. Then we'll know what we're doing. So let's put that down. And one of the reasons I'm staying over towards this edge is I want it to be covered when the front is closed. So I don't want it peeking out and spoiling any surprises. That's also why I'm not going right to the top or right to the bottom. Let me just show you what I mean. So when this is closed, I want this to be covering all of that. I don't want anything poking out. There we go. So this likely needs a little bit of help staying in place, a little bit of adhesive. And maybe we'll center that one. All depends on my mood. Sometimes I like them going cockeyed, sometimes I like them centered. There, we've got it just like that. And I'll cut off a little bit of this so that it's shorter. So we've got that. Now we have the inside, and we do have a bit of scrap paper left. And I tried this as well. So now we can do things like, we could have this come across here, which that isn't bad at all. And then we've got this strip from cutting out that shape. I think I know what I'm going to do, folks. We are going to glue a chunk of this down right here. I'm going to just keep rolling right along. And once that's dry, I'm going to snip that off. And then we're going to take this tiny thin little edge like that. And where will it go? I would think right about there. So we'll just put a bit of adhesive on that. Who has seen this fold before? Anybody? It seemed familiar, and yet I couldn't place it. So just wondering if it's a new fold to you as well, or you've seen it somewhere before. So just like that, we have this card done. Isn't it neat? I'm really, really pleased. Now, when I made this card, I had a bit of scrap paper left, so I put some on the back with the Stampin' Up logo. So, use those scraps. I don't want that sticking up. I'm going to go. Some of you are saying it's a new fold for you too. Well, that is so much fun, and it's not hard, is it? How many of you are going to give it a try? That's the next question. So here is tonight's card in basic white. And here is basically the same card in very vanilla. So which do you prefer? Do you like it in very vanilla or basic white? And while you're writing that down, I'll just show you a few more ideas using this suite. Now, if you watched the intro for my class, you know that I used lots of the suite for that too. So there are lots of samples around. So here on this one, and this I cased from, who did I case it from? Kim Quaid. And she used the vellum and cut the tag out of vellum. And then she had different paper, but I chose to use the Thoughtful Designs paper and cut my leaves out of designer paper for that one. So there is that one there. This one here, I just put a strip of the designer paper on. Sometimes when designer paper is busy, it's okay to use just a piece of it too, and then it just seems to pop. I put it down before I used the fern embossing folder and then added this. And again, trying to show that it could be Christmas or all occasion. Here is one using the vellum and the vellum cut out, using the paper back here and those gorgeous embellishments and some embossing here. So again, now these are not this again was somebody, I saw their reel and I missed their name. And of course, you know how reels are, they disappear so fast, at least when I'm looking at them, they do. But that again, not original with me, but I really like how it turned out. So there is the Christmas one. And then here is one showing that you can use this die set and bundle and you don't have to be stuck with these colors. So here, Kim Quaid again I totally cased her here, but look at the gold and the navy, and these are the dies, and these words are from the set, and this die is from that Greetings of the Season as well. So just goes together beautifully. So this would make a great anniversary card, graduation card, whatever. So there are some ideas to get you going. So tell me, who has this set? Who is thinking about getting this set? And even maybe tell us why. And if you do make this card, this fold, remember it can be made with other things in your stash. This is the one that inspired me. Please post the pictures. We would love to be inspired. So these ones have an opening. This one didn't have an opening. It's just the piece of that gorgeous paper and the words on top. So thank you so much for joining me. I went a little longer than usual tonight. Remember, if you want the PDF, it will be in Thursday's newsletter, and you're welcome to case it totally. I forget what I was going to say. If you have questions, reach out and contact me. If you need help with an order, always happy to help you too. So those are the cards. Thank you so much for joining me. Stay cool and enjoy your summer. Bye-bye.